Hey guys, what's going on here? Brandon, Legacy Group Real Estate Team. Today we're going to talk briefly about the rich versus the poor and assets, liabilities, and what makes them different. One of my biggest mentors, Robert Kiyosaki, always say the rich don't work for money, and what they actually work for are assets. So that can be apartment complexes, building a business, building teams, people and systems that work for you, and just providing different sources of income and different multiple income sources and streams. So that's one of the big differences in philosophy, and why the rich, as they say, get richer and the poor get poorer. It's because one of them focuses on trying to just make money and make a paycheck, and the other one focuses on building assets and building systems and building organizations, and that's what really separates the two. So if you can go out there and try to focus on building systems and building organizations and building structures that are going to pay you money and they're going to bring you in things whether you work or not, that's ultimately what makes rich richer. Because you can't get rich, well, I guess you can't get wealthy. You can get rich by working, trading time for money, but you can't get wealthy. And being wealthy is, what can you do with that money? Can you leave your job? Can you actually utilize the money you're making? A lot of people are rich. There's a lot of bankers and Wall Street execs and people like that work 90 hours a week and they're super rich, but when do they have time to spend the money? So the wealthy, a wealthy person could make 200 grand a year, 400, 500, whatever grand a year, but they don't have to work that much. They don't have to go into their job, or very rarely, and that's the difference between being rich and being wealthy. So focus on assets. And Rich Dad, Robert Kiyosaki, in his book, The Rich Dad, Poor Dad, he always talks about the difference between assets and liabilities. An asset is something that puts money in your pocket, and a liability is something that takes money out of your pocket every month. So one of his big things obviously is that your home is not an asset. An investment home can be an asset if it's providing you cash flow, positive cash flow each month. It's rent, it covers the mortgage, the principal and interest, tax, insurance, and all the expenses, and it gives you positive cash flow at the end of the month. That's an asset. But a liability is someone's personal home. That home's not providing you any money, unless it's your personal home and someone's renting it from you, and you have a couple people renting from you, and it's covering that and giving you positive cash flow. Then it could be an asset. But it's really just changing the vocabulary, and that's another thing that the rich have. They have a different vocabulary than the poor. They know how to talk the language of the rich, and that's just comes from studying, it comes from learning, it comes from diligence, it comes from consistency, day in, day out, studying things and getting smarter. So I hope you guys can take something from that and hopefully use a little bit of that in your life. That's just one way that I try to build my life, and we try to build the Legacy Group Real Estate Team and the different companies and investments going on. And we try to build assets. We try to build things in a way that they can operate if someone's gone, because everyone needs to leave at some point in life. Everyone needs to go on vacation. Everyone needs to be sick, whatever it may be. And you have to have something covering that, whether it's a person or a system. And especially in this business, in real estate, most people, if they're gone, they're gone. Their clients aren't covered. And that's like in any business, right? I mean, if a dentist is gone, or the guy operating the gym, if he's gone and he can't train his class, then who's going to do it for him? How's he going to make money? So building those systems, having the people leverage and the system leverage, that's going to really set you apart and on that path toward building a B quadrant business, a big business, instead of you owning your own job and being a small business owner. So the rich work for assets. They don't work for money. It's me, ask any business owner who started a business. I mean, you might not see a paycheck for 6 months, a year, 5 years, whatever it may be. It might take you a while to get that first paycheck, get that first income rolling in the profit. So I hope you guys can take a little something from that. And if you have any questions ever about things like that, I have about 1,000 books that explain a lot of that and go into great detail of it. And it's one of my true passions is diving into that and getting better at investing in my money and really building and buying assets. So hope you guys have an awesome rest of the day here. Look forward to bringing you guys more content, more value, and look forward to seeing you around and talking to you soon.